Back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and today we're talking some sleepers that could sneak onto that 53-man roster.
Yeah, we talk about the ones who are definitely going to make it, the locks, whatever, but some guys maybe who just aren't getting any credit at all, and we're going to mention those guys. I don't know which ones you're picking. You don't know which ones I'm picking. Maybe we have the same guys. Before we talk about, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Boom, on our way to 12K.
Yeah, I dug deep in my bag. I didn't go with the Thayer Thomases or Seth Vernon's. I went real deep. That's why they call them sleepers. So I look forward to seeing who yours are.
Yeah, you just named all my guys, so video's over.
I don't think I
kidding.
Did. I don't think I did. Your Honor, what do you got for a sleeper? And every year for that last, there's always sleepers.
Yeah,
always. And there will be this year.
100%. I'm going to go, I think we mentioned him the other day, but I'm going to go with the ginger snap, James Lynch. Just a guy quietly re-signed to the team. Season was cut short last year in camp. He got hurt. So we didn't really see him in Brian Flores' defense, how Brian Flores would use this guy. A couple things going in his favor. Number one, depth chart on D-line is not overly deep. It's not like he has this huge hill he has to surmount to make the team. And the other thing, the Vikings brought him back. They did not have to re-sign him, but they did give him a contract, give him one more chance here to make a splash with the Vikings. And what did he do his junior year at Baylor? He had 19 and a half tackles for a loss, 13 and a half sacks. They just kind of put him outside, let him rush the quarterback. So maybe Brian Flores will use him in a similar way. We need some pressure on the D-line. Ginger Snap is a sleeper who could maybe provide it.
I still can't believe since he's been in the NFL, he's never really had any sort of pass rush. How do you do that? I mean, obviously it's a whole different ball game, but Brian Flores, maybe he's got the magic wand to get it out of James Lynch. They brought him back, so they must brought him back for a reason. Our like you said, our defensive line depth is butthole.
It is completely butthole. Thank you for that.
Ginger Snap, I would love everything about it. I'm going, let's see which one of these guys I want to start with. I'm going to start with Andre Carter. And Andre Carter's on my list because I feel that everybody's just kind of writing him off, and myself could probably be in that group. I mean, they clearly love the guy. Not only did they pay him some bucks last year as an undrafted free agent, but they kept him on the 53. They kept him around. But with the additions of Dallas Turner, Ward, even Gabriel Murphy, we still got Patrick Jones, and obviously we got Van Ginkel and Grenard. Andre Carter's just kind of getting left on the side. And I do think they love this guy. And when he was signed, he was a project. So you don't just give up on that project after 1 year, unless they're just not seeing anything. But they kept 5 last year. They definitely would have to make a little bit of a surprising move, whether that's getting rid of Ward or Patrick Jones, or I think Gabriel Murphy. Everybody's thinking that he's going to sneak on there. But Andre Carter, I'm not giving him up on him making the 53 just yet.
Yeah, freakish size. We never really saw it translate much, but again, he didn't play much like you had said. Everybody's just assuming Gabe Murphy's going to make the final 53. Everybody wants to find the next Ivan Pace, and Gabe Murphy has been anointing that guy. He's got to show it, though. He's got to prove it, which means he has to surmount. He has to mount Andre Carter, a guy who's already been on the team once. So, again, KOC very loyal to his guys that have been there before. Gabe Murphy, he's just not a given. So, yeah, I'd like the one that you mentioned there with Andre frickin' Carter. I'm gonna go with Jaylen Williams again, a guy who played last year, saw some snaps, played fairly well. 5'10", 195 pounds. Obviously, with the passing Kyrie Jackson, there's some room now in the quarterback room for him to make it. They got to keep an extra guy here. So Jay Will, again, an experienced guy. He's been on the field. No one's really talking about him, but I think that experience served him well, and I think Brian Flores likes him. He actually played ahead of a Caleb Evans at the end of the year last year. So
that doesn't say anything.
Well, it doesn't, but don't write off Jaylen Williams when it comes to making this team. I don't think a lot of people are thinking about him when it comes to the final 53, but I think he's got a pretty strong chance.
Yeah, I mean, we kept 5 cornerbacks last year, and I know we brought in Shaq Griffin. But Caleb Evans, what they do with him, and then at the end, it's like Dwight McLaughlin, Andrew Booth, Williams, like you said. So it will be up for grabs. I almost put, and I'm glad I didn't. It would have been shame on me. I almost put Andrew Booth on this list just solely because when you get to the end of that depth chart, anything is possible. So yeah, Williams had some splashy ass plays last year. I like him.
Jay Will. He should get more buzz. He should be getting some more buzz.
Well, you know who doesn't get any buzz? It's Tyrese Robinson. Tyrese Robinson is on my list. Tyrese Robinson is slated right now as our backup right guard. And you know who's behind him as far as the depth chart right now? Just a bunch of undrafted free agents. Robinson was brought in last year. He spent some time with Washington, I think it was. He started 3 years at Oklahoma, has never had a chance. And I'm not saying these guys on the list I want them to, but when you look at it, I don't know who else would. I know Feeney. He can play multiple positions. I know Blake Brandell can hop around the offensive line, but if Ed Ingram was playing horrible or gets injured, they really don't have another option. And Tyrese Robinson is currently that option.
Tyrese freaking Robinson. Yeah, one of those guys where you like, he made the team. I didn't even think he was gonna make it in the third week in camp. It does happen often. So yeah, you said it. Unless you keep one of these guys who are flexible, who the hell else is going? And they talk about Walter Rouse maybe moving inside if need be, but yeah, I mean, you kind of want to have a pure guard backing up your starting guard.
The dude is ginormous. I mean, I was really digging into this guy again, and the 3 years at Oklahoma starting, played right tackle, played guard, is just a complete brick wall. He's got the body, he's got the strength. So Tyrese Robinson, come on down. We lost Austin Schlottman.
Damn it.
Tyrese Robinson. I bet you weren't expecting that name.
No, I wasn't. I'm still not expecting that name. I'm going to go with the guy we actually mentioned yesterday in our tight end video, but I'm going to go N'Keal Harry. Again, guy down to his very last chance. So far down to his last chance that they've changed positions for him. Can he make it as a tight end? And I don't like to switch for his chances of making the team, because I think the tight end depth chart's better than the wide receiver depth chart when you get to the bottom of it. He's got to beat out Johnny Munt. He's got to beat out Nick Muse. He's got to beat out Bob frickin' Tunyon. Again, someone's going to benefit with TJ Hawkinson being on IR those first few weeks. Can N'Keal Harry shock the world and make this team? And I saw something today about him being a red zone threat. That's what the Vikings see for him. I don't know. He's definitely a sleeper, but a guy, again, he's a very slim chance.
That's why we call them sleepers. And like we said yesterday, like the Vikings obviously like him. The fact that they didn't just outright cut him or whatever. I mean, how many times did they waive him last year? Brought him back to the practice. It was a handful of times, right? So
they yanked him hard.
Honestly, like if he makes the team, to me, it just means that the other guys looked really bad. Like Munt should make the team. Nick Muse should make the team. Bob Tunyon should make the team. So I don't know.
There could, maybe one of those guys aren't quite healthy. Maybe Bob Tunyon's still showing some signs.
No way. I don't think he's going to show us the way of the damn Super Bowl.
God, I hope so. All
right, last one, Dallas Gant. Dallas Gant, undrafted free agent, inside linebacker. We kept 4 last year. Can you even name 4 inside linebackers on our team?
Ivan Pace, Brian Asamoah. What's his name? Who went to I always forget his name.
We got Blake Cashman and Pace are our starters.
Oh, I think you meant from last year.
No, I'm saying that like on our roster right now. So
I thought you were asking last year's guys.
So as far as making the team this year, so we got Cash Money, we got Pace, we got Grugier Hill, the special team guy who is by no means a lock to make the team, I don't think. Right? He probably should, but behind that, it's Brian Asamoah and really not much else. We kept 4 last year. Dallas Gant, experienced special teams, fantastic against the run, good in pass coverage, a dude that they look at maybe a tweener that they maybe move to safety and linebacker. Like Dallas Gant is like my number 1 dude to watch this year as far as just being like, when they do the 53, like, holy shit, Dallas Gant made the team. I love him.
How dare you disrespect Abraham Beauplan?
I didn't disrespect him, but wasn't worth mentioning.
I feel like Gant had a little bit of buzz when we signed him. Like he was kind of the one that some of these other ones are mentioning could be a sleeper to make the team. That kind of cooled off when those contracts came out. And I don't think his contract reflected the buzz. Like it was on the lower side of things, which maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's the way I remember it.
No, I think it was low, but those don't mean jack crap.
It was surprising to see that after the buzz we were hearing about him.
Well, he was a guy that was very well known in college football. And all the other teams, when we signed him, other fans were just like, "Oh man, I want again, blah blah blah." And he had a lot of buzz after his pro day. That's what really boosted him up to the point where people thought he was going to get drafted in like the 6th, 7th round. But Gant again, kind of like my Tyrese Robinson, just really lack of bodies when it comes to depth, and his special teams ability will shoot him up a little bit, I think. Come on, Gally.
Grugier Hill, not a lock. Brian Asamoah probably not going to make the team. So there's definitely a spot on the inside linebacker depth chart, and I was a big fan of Dallas's Uncle Ron in baseball.
I wish that was his uncle.
I hope it is.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Ron Gant, man. Ken Herbeck made him look silly.
Damn right he did. Damn right he did. All right, those are our sleepers, guys who could potentially make the roster that nobody is even talking about. Now we are, hey, if you got some, drop them in the comments. And don't forget, Thursday, Horned Up returns. Horned Up returns live. We had sound effect for that? Horned Up returns live. Sound effect's gone now. All right, guys, we're waiting for that. Remember this. In Denmark, it's not against the law to escape from prison.